We heard from Angel Reese today, and we heard from Tyler Marsh. Tyler Marsh, folks, let's send our best wishes to Tyler Marsh. He's about to be called every name under the book. Sellout, Uncle Tom. They didn't even think, they didn't have the forethought to even say, this is what our story is going to be, and we need to stick to it. This is what our alibi is going to be, and we need to stick to it.
As if the proof wasn't weak enough, the WNBA just started an investigation into racist comments. What Tyler Marsh, the coach of the Chicago Sky, said about what he did or didn't do during the game is shocking. Did Tyler Marsh, the coach of the Chicago Sky, just blow the lid off of this whole WNBA scandal?
There was actually something newsworthy said today in regards to the alleged hateful fan comments made toward Angel Reese during the Fever and Sky game on Saturday, because the Sky actually gathered for practice today, and they spoke, and both the coach and Reese spoke.
In a shocking statement, Marsh admitted something that directly calls out Angel Reese's lies. So why is the WNBA starting this investigation based on nothing but social media chatter and no video or audio evidence? Instead of talking about the amazing game, we're talking about an investigation that seems to be based on nothing but social media rumors. So what exactly did Marsh say? And what did Reese post on her social media that directly contradicts the victim image she is portraying? If you stand with Indiana, comment below, and I'll bring the Fever down.
The more notable comments came from Tyler Marsh, the head coach of the Chicago Sky. Here is what he said without further ado, which is probably the biggest bit of information, actual information we've gotten since this whole can of worms was opened, other than the actual statement.
I heard when everyone else did was Coach Tyler Marsh's direct answer when asked when he learned about the alleged comments made during the Fever Sky game. Think about what that means. The head coach of the Chicago Sky, who was watching the whole game from the sidelines, only found out about the inappropriate comments when everyone else was scrolling through Twitter. Marsh then said, "I think it's something that we heard about, and so we're just coming up with anything that the league can do investigation-wise."
Yeah, I think we agree. I think we're in compliance with them, with the league, and obviously there's no room or space in our game for hate. So we're complying with everything that's going on.
Coach, when did you become aware that there was hate speech that happened?
I think when everyone else did. I think that it's something that we heard about, and so again, we're just forthcoming with anything that the league is able to do investigation-wise.
It looks like Sky Organization didn't see anything during the game. They're just replying to the same social media posts that we all saw. No player brought it up during the game, not during timeouts or substitutions.
Just a quick follow-up on it. Just because you coached in Indiana, did you ever have any issues with that while you were coaching there?
I think my focus was always on the team and on the organization and doing my job as best as I could. And so, that's kind of what it is.
Were you learning this throughout the game or just at that moment?
Oh, I was concentrated on our team and what we were doing in game plan-wise against him.
Although the WNBA said in a statement, the WNBA strongly condemns racism, hate, and discrimination in all forms. They have no place in our league or in society. We are aware of the allegations and are looking into the matter. What's missing is any mention of actual evidence. This game was shown all over the country on TV, and multiple cameras caught every moment. Courtside microphones picked up squeaking shoes, player chatter, and coach instructions, but they missed several insulting comments supposedly yelled from the stands. No reporter sitting courtside heard anything, and fans didn't post videos of these comments. No one complained to security during the game.
But the telling admission is, we found out, or I found out when everyone else did. When did you become aware? When everyone else did. What does that indicate? That the Sky did not know or did not hear anything in real time or see anything in real time. So that makes the Sky, that makes the Fever, that makes me, that makes everyone I talked to who was in the arena, everyone else who has spoken from the arena.
In 2024, in a stadium full of smartphones, not a single person recorded these comments. The broadcast team didn't bring it up, and the announcers didn't talk about it. The in-arena speaker never told fans about bad behavior, and security wasn't told to take anyone out. So what exactly is the WNBA looking into?
That makes no cameras, no cell phones. So far, no nothing to substantiate the alleged hateful fan comments or fan misconduct or however you want to label it. Which makes me question mightily what the investigation is based on. And I would love to hear on the record what the investigation is based on, because based on all the information we have, the leading theory has to be it's based on the social media nonsense.
Who gains from these claims? The answer is clear when you look at the scores. 93 in Indiana 5, Chicago. 58. The Sky were humiliated on their home court, and Angel Reese was completely outplayed. The WNBA believed rumors on social media and launched an official investigation without a single person at the game confirming these claims. This is not only irresponsible, it's also very suspicious. So what really happened during those 40 minutes of basketball while these supposedly imaginary comments were being yelled? Let's look at what the cameras did catch.
There was another post from an account that I think now went private or deactivated that alleged things were said to Reese, but no even proof that that person was there or not. Whether they were there or not, whether they saw or heard anything or not, nothing to back it up. And if that is indeed the case, it's embarrassing. It is embarrassing. It really, really now seems like this is based on social media, and that the social media stuff was based on Sky fans online who couldn't handle getting the belt to the ass, who couldn't handle the beating that the Indiana Fever put out on the Sky.
When you see what happened on the floor with 438 seconds left in the third quarter, the whole story falls apart. Caitlin Clark was given a flagrant 1 foul for contacting Angel Reese's arm while trying to defend, which caused Reese to fall. Whether this was a physical play worthy of a flagrant is debatable, but that's basketball. What happened next is telling. Reese jumped up and confronted Clark, not the crowd or the fans. She went straight for Clark. If Reese had heard offensive comments at that moment, wouldn't she have turned her attention to the crowd? Instead, she had her attention on Clark. Aaliyah Boston quickly stepped between them, earning herself a technical foul while trying to protect her teammate Reese. Reese also got a technical for her reaction.
After watching Caitlin Clark's flagrant foul on Angel Reese and the aftermath, there is no way Angel Reese can continue the lie that she doesn't dislike Caitlin Clark. I know what hatred looks like. Angel Reese hates Caitlin Clark. Not some basketball rivalry.
During the whole exchange, not a single player pointed to the stands to warn officials about fans' behavior or respond to what people were saying. The coaches didn't talk to the referees about the behavior of the fans, and the officials didn't warn the crowd or call for security. Everyone's eyes were on what was happening on the WNC court. Body language tells the whole story. Reese was mad about the physical play, not things going on outside the game. All of the players' reactions, Clark, Reese, Boston teammates, and coaches, were completely normal for a basketball game. Not a single move or reaction showed that anyone heard rude words from the stands.
And there is a lot of history there with Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese. You guys remember last year when Angel Reese celebrated Kennedy Carter getting that flagrant foul on the hip check against Caitlin Clark? You remember that? On the sideline, just, yeah, baby, get her, you get her.
Meanwhile, the Fever were completely dominating the Sky, eventually winning 93-58. The 35-point blowout was embarrassing for Chicago on their home court. The Sky were frustrated at being outplayed and outclassed in every aspect of the game. Players get irritated. Small problems get worse. It's human nature. The Sky were being humiliated in front of their home fans, and that frustration showed in the Clark-Reese confrontation.
After the foul that Caitlin Clark put on Angel Reese tried to hit her. But if it wasn't for Aaliyah Boston putting her arms in the way, Angel Reese would not be playing basketball anymore because she was going to sucker punch Caitlin.
So why would Angel Reese and the Sky focus on what they say are bad fan actions instead of fixing their own bad play? The answer is painfully clear. You can easily say you were a victim than to admit that your biggest rival completely dominated the game. What we all saw was just competitive basketball between two fierce competitors. Tempers flared, officials called timeouts, and the game continued. What's interesting is how quickly the story changed after the final buzzer. The responses after the game tell a completely different story than what the cameras caught during those 40 minutes of basketball. Angel Reese took to social media, first resharing a TikTok that included multiple photos of herself with a picture of Clark after the flagrant foul. The caption read, "White gal running from the fade." Adding to the fire wasn't enough. Gasoline was also being used to put out the flames.
Oh, Tyler Marsh is about to get run out of Chicago. First things first, let's hear what Angel Reese has to say. Let's hear Angel Reese. And if you guys pay attention, listen to her voice and listen to how she's on the edge of breaking down. Very funny.
Yeah, obviously there's no place in this league for that. I think the WNBA.
Let's also watch the nervous body language, the nervous twitching. Yeah.
Our team and our organization has done a great job supporting me. I've had communication from everyone, from so many people across this league, and being able to support me and going through this whole process. Obviously, it could happen to me, it could happen to anyone, and I think they've done a great job supporting us in this.
How did it affect you Saturday, trying to do your job, trying to play, and having this going on simultaneously?
Yeah, obviously it's tough, but I think I have a great support system. I'm loved by so many people, and obviously in the moment it's hard to hear, but my support system is great.
In a recent interview, Reese played the victim card perfectly. "Of course it's hard, but I think I have a great support system, and I'm loved by so many people," she said. Of course, in the moment, it's hard to hear. It's important to note that she immediately made herself out to be the victim, even though there's no proof that she said anything during the game.
What do you think of the league's response, just coming out right away and getting that investigation going?
Yeah, obviously, like I said, they understand that this is the priority. Obviously, there's no place for this, and they preach. I think 2 days before they put out no hate, no speech. And obviously, the women in this league, they know that, and know there's no space for that. And I believe that every player in this league deserves to be treated with respect and want to come to work and just have fun and have a great environment to work at. So I think they've done a great job putting that out, and we're obviously just going to respond as they need to.
Were you able to?
Damn, I really wish Angel Reese would talk and step up about all of her fans calling people all these nasty names. Oh, how being silent is such a blessing. Such a blessing it is to be silent and have nobody being critical of you.
Compare this to Caitlin Clark's calm answer when she was asked about the accusations. Clark said, "There's no place for that in our game. There's no place for that in society." She also said she hadn't heard any mean comments from fans, but she believed the league's review. "No drama, no victimhood, just professionalism," she said.
And like Caitlin said, she answered it perfectly. She said, I didn't hear her say anything, but that doesn't mean anything happened. But now, when you have Caitlin saying that, and Bree Turner saying what she said, which implied she didn't hear her say anything, and Stephanie White saying what she said, which implied she didn't hear her say anything, and Tyler Marsh saying he found out when everyone else did, and myself, and no one, who was courtside, no cameras, no video, no nothing. What else are you supposed to think? Especially when the entire thing is vague. Especially when the line of questioning to Angel Reese is vague.
It's not the first time Reese has stirred up trouble after Clark beats her. Remember the national championship game, when Reese made fun of Clark by making the "you can't see me" sign, or pointing to her finger to show where her championship ring would be? Every time Clark beats her, Reese finds a way to change the story.
No one in those first few questions asked Angel what she saw or heard. Now, according to James Boyd of The Athletic, he said that she was later asked, were you able to give the WNBA details of where the general vicinity was? You heard stuff. And she said, that's not a me question, meaning it wasn't for her. Then later somebody asked, what would you like the league to do with those fans? And Sky PR interrupted, saying she already answered that.
While the Sky pulled together, the Indiana Fever Group stood strong behind Clark and spoke out against all kinds of hate and disrespect. They let their basketball speak for itself. And that 35-point win said a lot. What's really disappointing is how this fake controversy took away from a historic moment for women's basketball. The game drew 2.7 million viewers, making it the most watched WNBA regular season game in 25 years. Instead of celebrating this achievement, we're talking about unproven claims that take attention away from Reese's lackluster play.
But I really wish she would, first someone would ask her, and then, I think when she said it's hard to hear, meaning it's hard to hear as like you don't like to hear, or you couldn't actually hear. Just the whole vague aspect of it, and just kind of everybody just going along with it. When I don't know if there's anything to actually go along with.
The design is very clear. Angel Reese causes trouble off the court when she loses, while Clark works on getting better at her game. Reese works on improving her victim story. One above the noise, the other makes it, and the comments from their fans show how different their approaches are. So who's really making women's basketball a hostile environment? Just quickly look at social media after the game to see how Reese's followers attacked Clark and all of her fans with broad accusations that had no proof. If you look for yourself, you'll find hundreds of tweets calling Clark fans rude names and saying she should quit the WNBA over something that no one at the game saw.
But right now, it is not a good look. It is certainly not a good look. Especially after the season just started, you get record ratings. Caitlin Clark's back, playing awesome basketball, gets a triple-double. Fever looked great. And somehow, it appears a couple of Twitter trolls have completely dictated the coverage of the WNBA.
The WNBA's No Space for Hate campaign is being used as a shield against any criticism of, if you say anything bad about Reese's game, you'll be called a hater. If you question these claims, you'll be called rude. It's a great way to stop a real basketball conversation when your favorite player shoots .416 in a 35-point loss. Angel Reese's reputation is built on controversy, from her antics in the championship game to her constant social media fights. She's mastered the art of staying relevant through conflict. Every time Clark beats her on the court, a new off-court drama mysteriously arises, while Clark keeps making history on the hardwood.
Angel, how is it like dealing with the environment of people calling you all those names? Oh, if it can happen to me, it can happen to anyone. Oh, Angel, how did it feel? How did you push through that? Oh, well, obviously it's hard to hear. Wait, did it happen to you, or did you not hear anything happen to you? That's very interesting.
While everyone is arguing about claims that can't be proven, we're ignoring the fact that Lexi Hall scored 9 points, grabbed 9 boards, and stole 2 balls. Aaliyah Boston was the best player with 19 points and 13 boards. Kelly Mitchell and Natasha Howard both scored 15 points. Bonner scored 317 points, putting him 3rd all-time in scoring. The whole Indiana team shot 47% from the field, while Chicago only shot 29%. That's the big story here.
Angel Reese, the WNBA came out and got ahead of any type of wrongdoing and are starting their own investigation. Can you please tell us what was said? Angel, can you please tell us what the fans said to you? Angel, can you please tell us what you heard when you were sitting at the check-in table? Angel, when you were acting like a complete unhinged lunatic, can you please tell us what the families of 4 were screaming at you from the stands? Oh, that's very interesting. I'm going to assume that this is a whole entire hoax, is it not, Angel? Angel, do you think the WNBA is the most unserious basketball league in the history of the world? Next question. Oh.
The facts are in the numbers. The Fever beat the Sky 146-42 in rebounds, 27-14 in assists, 13-13 in steals, and 17-17 in forced turnovers. In every aspect of basketball, Indiana dominated Chicago. But instead of talking about this, we're talking about social media screenshots and whether or not the WNBA is letting itself be manipulated. This controversy led to the most watched regular season game in 25 years, with 2.7 million viewers. Drama and false accusations are easy to make. While Reese's fans make false accusations on Twitter, the Fever players are just winning basketball games.
58 points. 30 whatever point win. You know, embarrassing. They got embarrassed, and now this reaction is embarrassing. I almost can't believe it's real.
The WNBA is looking into these claims based on nothing but tweets. The Sky coach said he and everyone else who was looking through social media only heard about them after the game. That's not evidence. That's just talk about what really happened. The Fever beat the Sky by 35 points, and Clark and her teammates played with skill and class, while Ree in the Sky was completely outplayed. As we look ahead to 2025, fans should celebrate the amazing basketball instead of manufactured drama. The Fever showed what it means to win with honor, while Angel Reese showed what it means to lose without being held accountable. If you agree with Indiana, leave a comment below, like, subscribe, and turn on all notifications so you never miss a video. See you in the next.